Hello lovers, I'm back. Welcome back to the Winner's Circle. If you are back on this video and you are not subscribed, just please subscribe. I mean, you are part of the circle. You are here, you clicked on this video, so subscribe and officiate yourself and join the circle. Those of you who already subscribed, thank you. Please click like, please share, and let's dive right into it. What am I discussing today? Today I'm discussing 6 low vibrational habits. These are habits that take you out of your winner space. Like, these are habits that they make you vibrate so low. Like, even just thinking about it, like ayang nisa, like ayang kataza. Like, when I see people exhibit these traits, myself included, like manengene, you be like, oh my god, like and I keep saying like because I don't know how to find the words to describe how much better we could do. You know, like, if you exhibit any of these traits, you are a human being and you are still a winner. This is just a hint that work on them, but I probably will roast you. I'll probably, and as I always do, I don't exclude myself from the chat because sometimes I exhibit these traits. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first one, the one that inspired this video, because I noticed myself exhibiting it a lot this week. It's complaining. Complaining is it's a pathetic habit. If you have a habit of complaining, it gives the sense that your mind is not solution oriented. So when you come across something that you are unhappy with or that unsettles you in any way, instead of looking at it and addressing what you would prefer instead, you focus your attention on the problem. It's like, and then because I always sit in front of my heater, it's winter, and then like I let it burn me, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's my friend. If you heater she's move. You have limbs, you have legs, move, you know. And it's like that with every other thing in your life. If you are constantly complaining about something, I really feel like you're taking a very childish perspective. You are taking the childlike attitude of umntana abambi stove katathi sisa. Yes, my child. Yes, she's sisa. Yes, my child. Yes, she's. So we need to not be children about ourselves and our lives, our likes and our dislikes. If you don't like something, don't complain about it. Shift your, when you're complaining, you are looking at the solution. You need to shift your perspective. Looking at the problem, and you need to shift your perspective to the solution. Makes you unhappy, it bothers you. What is the solution? Move your attention to that. And also, if into I jabulis and you constantly complaining about it, sometimes if you constantly complain about something to me, and maybe you and I discuss a solution every now and again, but I end up feeling like you like it. I remember my therapist once called it like a stop it, I like it situation. Like, you pretend not to like it, but you still continue with it, which inevitably means right? So that is the first. Really, just it's icky, man. Just focus on the solution. What do you want out of this? Like, okay, this is what you're seeing. What do you want to see? Focus on that. How do you get about getting to what you want to see? Like, do you have to implement a strategy? Do you have to implement some sort of plan? Shift your focus on the plan. It shows you are forward thinking. You are moving forward. But if you I'm going to try not to repeat myself, but that is low vibrational traits, characteristic behavior number 1. And as I said, we can cure it. If we can solve it. You just need to focus on the solution. Low vibrational habit number 2, emotional eating. If you eat your emotions, which many of us do, I also come home sometimes after a very stressful day or week, and I just want as many carbs as I can get. But if you do that too much, it is an avoidant behavior. It means that you are not in your body and you have difficulty sitting with your emotions. That is a concern. If you cannot sit with your emotions and really let them stir inside of you, let your emotions emote. They call emotions energy in motion. So that energy is telling you something. That internal energy inside you is trying to convey a message to you. But if you eat because you're avoiding to deal with your emotions, you'll never hear you never understand what the emotions came to teach you. Emotions are actually really incredible things, because if you take the time to just sit with them, don't drink them away, don't smoke them away, don't socialize them away. Take time to sit with your emotions. They will tell you things. And maybe sometimes we run away from them because we're not ready to hear what our emotions are telling us. But if you run away from them, those emotions will keep returning, because they won't stop until you get the message. So take the time to just sit back and be like, what am I feeling? And remember, emotion will never kill you. I understand. Sometimes we feel like that emotion will consume you. It will swallow you up, but it won't. If anything, emotions, when you sit with them and you look at them and you feel them, they lose their power over you because you're not running anymore. When you emotionally eat, you're running. And you will run forever. You will never stop running. But take the time. Take the energy. Take the winner's mindset of being like, I can't run. Or, okay, of course you can. You've been doing it if you exhibit this trait. But you know what? I want to stop running. I want to be an adult about my business. And feel them. Let them make you uncomfortable. Journal about them. But don't eat them away. See them. Emotions are so crazy. They feel like this big, bad, scary thing that's gonna rip you apart and will destroy the very fibers of your being. And then when you feel them, you're like, oh. And then now somehow they transform from this dragon to this butterfly that just flies away peacefully. Why? Because you saw it. Emotions will not leave you until you acknowledge them, you feel them, you process them, and then they will let you go. Low vibrational trait number 3. Not being able to control your emotions. Oh my God. It's linked to number 2, but they're very different. This means that you feel your emotions, but then you have an outburst of them. And usually this happens, I suspect, with people who don't process their emotions, and they let the emotions build up inside of themselves, and then one day they explode. And it's quite difficult for me sometimes to speak about things that I don't like, which is actually what's happening in this video. I'm talking about things that I think bring our energy down, and they take our power away from us. And this happens a lot with emotions, particularly when you're dealing with the other gender, because they will do things understanding the emotions that it will make you feel, and then they understand the response they're going to get from you. So it's almost like a manipulation tactic. So if you are able to control your emotions, you are making yourself so powerful. because you make it hard for people to manipulate you. Guys, if you can, develop a poker face. Even when you're mad, and even if you're triggered. Ooh. Because isn't that what we always say when we have an emotional outburst? We were triggered. I always say, we see, you know, when you pull a trigger, right? So let me explain how I understand the phrase of being triggered. There is a gun. So if I am triggered, you say something to me and I am triggered. So that means I am holding the gun and I pull the trigger. So I'm triggered, and then I lash out to you or verbally attack you. Basically, I fail to control my emotions. I'm triggered. But I always say that even if you're like, you can't trigger a gun that's not loaded. Like, you can, but that's gonna happen. So it's always going deep inside yourself, guys. You know, sometimes we want to conquer the world outside of ourselves without even understanding the world that's happening inside of ourselves. What's happening with you? Like, where are your triggers? Like, you need to sit down and sit down, look at things that have proven to be a trigger for you, and ask yourself, why do these things trigger me? Because when they trigger you, as I said, you lose control. You don't even know who you are. It happens to me too, actually. You're still a winner. Don't worry, you're still a winner. It happens to the best of us. But you need to be able to control your emotions. It just shows that you have so much command over yourself. Because you're in charge of this vessel, honey. You make or break all the actions, the behaviors of this vessel. But if you're gonna say, oh no, my emotions got the best, oh my God. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. We are human. To err is human. To make a mistake is human. But if you can make that mistake less, I think it's it's actually not a small change. It's a big change. If you work on your internal triggers and your internal emotions, that you don't let people agitate you. And even if you do feel agitated, guys, try to develop a poker face and don't show someone that, oh, this is the emotion that you're inciting inside me. Don't. Like, guys, reveal my trigger way. No, and why? Don't reveal your triggers. Like, maintain a poker face, and when you get time alone, really assess yourself. Okay, what is it that they said that really upset me? Why did it upset me? Why did I respond that way? Could I have not responded differently? Like, just look back on the situation and how you've lost your power in the situation. How you've lost your power by giving in to your emotions instead of controlling your emotions. And that's what I have to say about trait number 3. Don't let anyone trigger you, because if you're triggered, you've lost your power. And this is your world, and you are the power.